All right, get ready, because today we're going to take a deep dive into something that's causing a lot of buzz online.
Oh, yeah.
The Sharjah Islamic Bank Cashback card.
I've seen it everywhere.
It's all over forums and social media, right?
Yeah, it seems like everyone's talking about it, calling it the best card out there.
People are saying it's the most recommended card.
Yeah.
So naturally, we got to ask, is it all just hype?
Right.
Or does this card actually live up to all the hype?
Yeah, is it really as good as everyone says?
Well, that's why we're here to dissect it.
I like it.
We've got all the info.
Okay.
We got the card's terms and conditions.
Oh.
We've got the FAQs from their website.
All right.
And even some snippets of what people are actually saying about this card online.
So we're going full detective mode on this one.
Full-on digital detectives.
I love it.
To figure out if this card is the Cashback King.
Yeah.
Or just another contender. So to kick things off, like with any good investigation, we got to start with the facts.
Okay, sounds good.
What are the cashback rates looking like on this card?
Yeah, lay it on us.
Well, they're not shy about the numbers, that's for sure.
Okay.
A whopping 10% back on online purchases and digital wallet transactions.
Wow, 10%.
Yeah, 10%.
That's pretty impressive.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
Every time you're shopping online or you tap to pay with your phone, you're getting a good chunk of money back.
That's definitely attention grabbing.
But,
Yeah.
as savvy consumers, we know there's got to be a catch.
Right, there's always a but coming.
Always a but. And the but here is there is a monthly cap of AED 300 for that 10% rate.
Okay, so it's not unlimited 10% cash back.
Not unlimited, no.
Gotcha.
But still
Yes.
AED 300 back every month. It's still pretty generous.
It is, especially if you do a lot of online shopping.
Right, especially if you're someone who lives a lot of their life online.
Exactly, like if you're constantly ordering things or using digital wallets.
Yeah, this card definitely seems to be catering to that digitally inclined crowd.
Interesting. So they're targeting a specific user base.
It seems like it.
What about for people who like to travel? Any perks there?
There is, actually.
Okay.
For international spending, they offer 2% back on all retail purchases. And this one has no cap.
Ooh, no cap. That's nice.
Yeah, so every souvenir you buy,
Right.
every delicious meal you have abroad,
It all adds up.
it all adds up.
So they're really appealing to those who like to explore beyond borders, too.
Yeah, they seem to be painting a picture of a modern global lifestyle.
I'm seeing a trend here.
Now, for everyday spending here in the UAE,
Okay.
you get a steady 1% back, and that is unlimited.
Oh, all right. Not bad.
And for all the essential stuff like bills, groceries, education, you get 0.5% back, also unlimited.
So it seems like they're covering all the bases, but they're really incentivizing online and international spending a bit more.
Definitely.
Makes you think, are those the areas where they're really trying to stand out from the competition?
It's all about strategy, right? But hold on, before we get too carried away,
Oh, what is it?
we got to talk about the fine print.
Ah, yes, the terms and conditions.
Those terms and conditions can be a little tricky sometimes.
It can be sneaky.
Right. What did you notice in there?
Well, I saw something interesting about the 10% cash back.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little quirk.
Okay.
If you pay your utility bills online through the bank's own channels, it doesn't qualify for the 10% back.
Ah, that's interesting.
So if you're paying your DWA bill, for example, directly on their app,
Right.
you won't get that sweet 10% cash back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's almost like they're encouraging you to use other payment methods for those bills.
I wonder why.
It's a bit sneaky, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't catch that at first either.
What else did you find hidden in there?
So another thing about that 10% cash back,
Okay.
it specifically excludes online supermarket, hypermarket, and education payments.
Oh, so if you're someone who does a lot of online grocery shopping,
Yeah, like through InstaShop,
this might not be the best card for that.
it might not give you the biggest bang for your buck.
Interesting. So they're really targeting a specific type of spender then.
Yeah, it seems like they're going for someone who's active online,
Right.
but maybe prefers to do their grocery shopping in person.
That's very specific.
Okay, now this next part gets a little technical,
Oh.
but it's important.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's this thing called a merchant category code, or MCC.
MCC, what's that?
Basically, it's a code that determines which category a transaction falls into.
Okay, like is it a restaurant purchase or a grocery purchase?
Exactly.
I'm following.
And here's the kicker.
Yeah.
It's not actually decided by the bank.
It's not.
It's determined by MasterCard.
So even if I think a purchase should qualify for 10% back,
Yeah,
MasterCard might categorize it differently.
exactly. That's the tricky part.
So how do we know what's what?
Don't worry, we've got you covered.
Okay, good.
We actually have a link in the show notes to a website that lists common MCC codes.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, it's a handy tool to double check if you're ever unsure about a particular purchase.
Great. So we can be extra sure about what we're getting back.
Exactly.
This is a good reminder that cashback programs can be more complex than they appear.
Right.
There are all these layers to it.
Definitely.
But transparency is key.
Absolutely.
So now that we've talked about earning all this cash back,
Yeah.
how do we actually get our hands on it?
Let's talk redemption.
Let's dive into that.
Let's see how these rewards turn into actual value for the cardholder. Okay, so with this card, you earn cashback points,
Okay.
and each point equals 1 AED.
So it's a pretty straightforward system?
Yeah, easy to keep track of.
Uh-huh.
Now, you can use these points to get credit on your card statement,
That makes sense. Right.
but...
There's a little catch.
Okay, what's the catch? You can only redeem them in increments of AED 100.
Oh, so you need to have at least 100 points to redeem.
Exactly.
That's something to keep in mind,
It is.
especially if you're not a big spender.
Right, you might not see that cashback gratification immediately.
Yeah, it'll take a bit of time to build up those points.
And speaking of things to keep in mind,
Yeah,
those points, they do expire
they do.
after 36 months.
So you got to use them or lose them.
Use them or lose them.
That adds a bit of strategy to it.
It does, right?
Like you have to think about when to make bigger purchases to max out your cash back
Right.
and make sure you don't let those points go to waste.
It's like a cashback puzzle, you know.
But I like that, a cashback puzzle.
Now, this card isn't just about cashback.
Oh,
There's more.
yeah, they throw in some extra perks.
Okay, like what?
They give you free unlimited access to over 10 airport lounges across the Middle East.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
It is, right?
Especially for people who travel a lot.
Yeah, adds a little bit of luxury to those trips.
Right, you can relax in comfort before your flight.
But of course, we always got to look beyond that free label, right?
Always. Got to read the fine print.
Because that free for the first year.
Yeah. It comes with a little asterisk.
Of course.
After that first year, there's an annual fee of AED 199.
Okay, so it's not exactly free forever.
Unless
What is this?
you spend at least AED 10,000 on the card annually.
Ah, so if you're a big spender, you can keep that free lounge access.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's like, is it worth the fee?
It's a cost-benefit analysis for sure.
You got to weigh the pros and cons.
Right, it all comes down to your spending habits.
And how often you travel.
But let's not forget
Yeah,
what got us interested in this card in the first place.
the online buzz.
All that chatter online.
Right, everyone's talking about it.
People are calling it the most discussed card
Yeah, and the most recommended.
in all these online communities.
So there's definitely something about this card that's captured people's attention.
Yeah, it's definitely making waves.
But here's the question. Should online buzz be the only thing we base our decision on?
Right, that's a good point.
It's easy to get caught up in all the excitement.
Especially when you're seeing those positive reviews everywhere.
But like we've been talking about,
Yeah.
you gotta look beyond the hype.
Got to understand all those details.
Because a card that's perfect for one person
Right,
might not be the best for someone else.
exactly.
It all comes down to what you need and how you spend.
Your individual spending habits.
Your financial goals.
Exactly.
So we've deep dived into the Sharjah Islamic Bank cashback card.
We have.
But now, let's zoom out a bit.
Okay.
Let's see how it compares to other cashback cards on the market.
Let's broaden our perspective.
Because there's a whole world of cashback options out there.
It's like shopping for a new gadget.
Right.
You don't just buy the first one you see. You
Exa-
got to compare, look at the features, consider what you really need.
And what you value most.
So, let's say you're a foodie.
Okay, I love food.
You love dining out.
Or ordering in.
There are cards out there
Oh, yeah.
that are specifically designed to reward those culinary adventures.
Tell me more.
Imagine earning like 5% back,
Wow.
or even 10% back on all your restaurant bills,
Now that's a delicious return.
right?
Banks are getting creative with these cashback categories.
They're catering to all sorts of interests.
And for travel enthusiasts?
Yeah.
What about them?
There are cards that offer bonus rewards on flights and hotel bookings,
Oh, nice.
even travel insurance.
That's handy.
And some even come with airport lounge access.
Like the Sharjah Islamic Bank card.
Similar, but maybe with different terms and conditions.
Right, so it's always good to compare.
Always good to shop around.
Find the best fit for your travel style.
And let's not forget,
Yeah,
those cards that give you cash back on everyday essentials,
like groceries and fuel.
utility bills.
Those might not have the flashy high percentages,
Right.
But they offer that consistent cashback.
On those recurring expenses.
Yeah, the things you're spending on anyway.
It's like the tortoise and the hare of the cashback world.
Slow and steady wins the race,
Exactly.
especially for those essential expenses.
And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
There are some cards out there that you customize your cashback categories.
What, you can choose where you earn the most cashback?
You get to choose.
That's amazing.
It gives you more control.
And flexibility.
It's like having a cashback card tailored to you.
To your specific spending habits.
Exactly.
That's putting the power in the hands of the consumer.
But even with all these amazing options,
Right.
you got to remember those essential factors.
Like what?
Annual fees, interest rates,
Right.
all those terms and conditions tucked away in the fine print.
Don't get blinded by the cashback glitter.
Exactly.
That seemingly high cashback rate might come with some strings attached.
Always.
Always consider the whole picture
The overall value of the card.
and how it aligns with your financial goals.
So we've explored the ins and outs of the Sharjah Islamic Bank cashback card.
We have.
Delved into the diverse world of cashback options.
It's a whole ecosystem out there.
And we've highlighted the importance of personalized decision-making.
Because what works for one person.
Might not work for another.
Exactly.
So now it's up to you
Yeah, use the knowledge you've gained.
to choose the card that truly aligns with your needs. Okay, so we've spent some time with this Sharjah Islamic Bank cashback card.
We've gone through all the details.
And we've even looked at how it stacks up against other cashback cards out there.
Lots of options to consider.
So what's the final verdict?
Is this the card that takes the crown?
Is this the ultimate cashback king?
If we're going by online buzz alone,
Yeah,
this card's definitely sitting on the throne.
everyone's talking about it.
But like we said, the best card really depends on you,
On the individual,
your spending habits.
what you value,
This one's great for digital spending and travel.
but might not be the best fit for everyone.
It's a good lesson.
What's trending isn't always the right choice.
But this whole deep dive, it's really highlighted something interesting.
What's that?
The way banks are adapting
Adapting to what?
to our digital lives.
Oh yeah, everything's online now.
Exactly.
Cashback used to be a special thing.
Nice little bonus.
Now it's almost like you expect it.
It's the standard
And it's pushing banks to be more creative.
to offer better rewards.
Makes you wonder, what's next for cashback?
What does the future hold?
Right, will we see super personalized rewards?
Tailored to our every purchase.
Or maybe cashback will go beyond just money.
Ooh, interesting.
Imagine getting experiences.
Or access to special services.
That'd be pretty cool.
Cashback that supports your favorite charity.
Or offsets your carbon footprint.
The possibilities are endless.
But it also means we need to stay informed.
As consumers, we got to keep learning,
Do our research.
compare the options.
Don't be afraid to ask questions,
Because knowledge is power.
especially when it comes to our money.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, that brings us to the end of our cashback deep dive.
Hope you enjoyed the journey.
We covered a lot of ground,
Learned about the Sharjah Islamic Bank cashback card.
explored other options,
And most importantly,
highlighted the power of making informed decisions.
so keep exploring
Keep learning.
and keep diving deep into the world of personal finance.
Until next time.